Do you ever envision him to be a manager? Was he the type of character that struck you as someone that would head down that path, let alone managing one of the biggest clubs in the entire world so early on in his career?
I always knew he was going to be a manager,
Always.
so it wasn't a big shock to me. Yeah, he had that manager feeling about him as a player, so I wasn't that shocked to see him going to Arsenal and continuing in that path and being under Guardiola as well. I think he's had the best possibilities to come to where he's at.
What's his strongest strength as an individual? What strength does he have that really makes an impression on you, that makes you think there's something about Mikel Arteta here?
As I remember him, he's a winner. And I've played with a lot of players, and the people you want to look at is those who want to win for every price. Every guy who's played in a team, I'm sure you guys know as well, when you played with the winner, you're listening, you're taking up on that, and that was what I would say to him. He's incredible like that.
Interesting, because you've played with some outstanding players. We were talking just now, Pirlo, Kevin De Bruyne, Cesc Fabregas, but his ability to be a leader, to be a winner, is what strikes you amongst all the players you played with is standing out.
No, I think I played with a lot of winners, but the one quality you asked for, which I saw in him, is that the way he was as a player, he was always taking care of his teammates. He always wanted to win at any price, and he had a lot of ideas which he was sharing with the players. So I always knew he was going to go that way because it always had that feel. And I think now as a manager as well, he speaks about winning, he speaks about character and spirit here at Manchester United. And this just shows, if you say, what was Arsenal's strengths today? Spirit and character, as we have been talking about here, because everything else was failing. But it earned them 3 points, and that's what's most important.
Was he doing things like connecting light bulbs and switches like we saw in the documentary?
I haven't seen that documentary.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Okay.
No.
I'll send it to you later. But pressure that he must be under now. 5 years without a major trophy for Mikel Arteta. First season, and he came in halfway through, I should add. He got the FA Cup. He's got a couple of Community Shields since then. But how much pressure do you think he's under this campaign, Carlton?
Yeah, I mean, he had to rebuild when he first came in. I think he's done an exceptional job. I really do. But this year he's got to deliver. He has got to deliver the league title. And that's as simple as it is. He knows it, right?
Does it have to be the league title? Would an FA Cup do? No.
He's got
Champions League?
No. He's got to deliver the Premier League. He's got to deliver it. And I think it's his best chance this year to do it. I really do. I think it's his best chance. To be honest with you, I watched Man City, and it's the best Man City I've seen for a couple of seasons. You know, Pep's done a rebuild there. It's not going to be easy, but I think...
Then why is it their best chance?
Because all the teams, Man City rebuild, Liverpool rebuild, Chelsea rebuild. It's going to take them, I would think, 8 to 10 games to settle in. Arteta's got a squad and a team that know the way he wants to play. They're settled. So if they can get off and running for the first 8 or 10 games, right, almost a bit like what Liverpool did last season, I think they could go on this year and win the league title. They have to go on for Arteta to win. He will not be at Arsenal Football Club next season if he doesn't win the league title. 3 seasons on the trot, 21 years. He spent an awful lot of money. Remember, net spend now, they're at the top of the net spend with Manchester United this season. They've given him the tools to do the job. He has to deliver. And you could see that's why he was so delighted now, because the players also that he's got, the players have also had the experience of finishing second 3 times. They should have that experience now to see games out, to see it out like they've done today when they haven't played bad. Knowing that when you've not played well, the one thing that you shouldn't do is get beat. And when you're playing, what they've got to do is when they're playing the smaller teams, like the Brightons and the West Hams, as they were, they've got to finish them off now.
I think he's done an exceptional job. I think what we mustn't forget is that this is his first senior manager's job. I think there's only one manager who's won the Premier League who's younger than Arteta, and that's Jose Mourinho, for example. So, you know, he's very much in his infancy as a manager, but he's dealing at the highest end. The consistency is there, you know, second, and people are saying it's just a little bit more. He's got to take a huge step to make the difference and get there, but he makes decisions and he trusts and he believes in himself in those decisions are right, and that's what gives him a real chance. And I'm with Carlton. I think they have a real chance this year, Arsenal.
Well, last year they didn't amass the points tally that they they should have done. If they'd have hit 90 points, they'd have won the league title, right? The year before, the first year, they were unlucky because Man City got over 100 points. Do you know what I mean? And they fell short just by one game. They have got to be consistent this season. They have got to make sure they get 95, 96 points this season. If they do that, they'll be league champions.
Nicklas,
easier said than done.
Well, yes, of course. Your thoughts on the pressure that Mikel Arteta is under to deliver a trophy. Now, Carlton says it has to be the league, but I'm going to posit that maybe a Champions League would suffice. They've never won that, ever.
No, I suppose it has to be one of them, yeah. I agree with what he is saying. And I think where Arsenal has been lacking is the depth of the squad. Hasn't been strong enough, so when one of the main guys has been injured, there hasn't been a substitute that's been strong enough to come in and take over, whereas the squad depth now looks really, really good. You know, today you see as well, they bring in, I think, 4 players to try to change the match, and they all come in and perform with the same heart, with the same character. And when they start playing better, they're looking at 20 players who are top draw, who can play season in and season out.